Hello fellow humans and welcome to the Madhouse. I'm Josh and today is the final installment in the Dewey's 24-hour readathon. I have finished it. I have been up now for I have no idea how long, to be honest. The hours have blurred into one another. But I have read for almost 24 hours straight. I haven't gone to sleep yet. It's that much fun. I may have had maybe 12 cups of coffee by now, so I'm really looking forward to tonight. But it's been a lot of fun doing this too, because I haven't had the chance to do any proper reading in ages, and I've gotten through several. There is now Griffith's Sheepshagger, which I wasn't too impressed by. I mentioned it before, but exceedingly vulgar, with very little use of punctuation or correct spellings, but I believe that's probably an intentional breakaway from form to get at the English norms, if you will. We Three Men by Sir Terry Pratchett, the second in the Tiffany Aching series, and this is a good one, with the Hiver and the introduction of the other young witches like Petulia. Is it Petulia or Petunia? Petulia. The Pig Witch, anyway, something like that. And the fascinating Miss Level. There was A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, or Schwab. I'm still not sure how to say it, and this is about the fourth time I've said that now. But it's a seriously fun read. It's very magical and gothic. Now I know how this one ends. I think there has to be a sequel in the works. There's so many unanswered questions that have been left. I need to know exactly what happened in Black London. I've got a tag video planned about this in a few weeks, which should be fun, and now that I'm fully up to date with it, I have a lot more to say. I would give you a proper review right now, but I have not gone to sleep yet. 12 cups of coffee, I can't think straight. I'm impressed I can even form coherent sentences like I am doing now. And saving the best till last, there is A Slip of the Keyboard by Sir Terry Pratchett. This I have read in hardback before, but I listened to it as an audiobook because my brain is freaky and I forgot I could do two things at once like that. Very useful. So, something that's here that I'm going to answer for you. Which hour was the most daunting? Now, while I absolutely love the word daunting, this question is not. I'd have to say the 17th hour of doing it, which would have been, what, let's see, it's 24 now. That would have been around 7 o'clock this morning, I reckon. Give or take a little bit. I'd just come back from a long walk to clear my head. I'd just been to Main Arts and read there too. I took some lovely photos of the sunrise, which you can find here. I did go to the pier, but I didn't take any photos. Don't know why. Should have thought of that really. Coming from the cold air, I came in, I'd made myself breakfast and I sat down on my bed to start reading because this chair is not particularly comfortable, nor is the one at my desk. And the first thing I wanted to do was sleep. I went and sat at my desk so I was less tempted. But I think I might have nodded off for 10 minutes, so actually I did get a little sleep, but it didn't help me. Number 2, could you list a few high interest books to keep a reader interested for next year? And yes, obviously A Slip of the Keyboard. I cried at that. It tugs at my heartstrings because Sir Terry his writing has had such an influence on my life. It makes me feel as though I was listening to the words of an old friend. It was like a direct addressal to the reader rather than through the fictional voice of his books. But there's also A Dustbin of Milligan by Spike Milligan, which I picked up the other day. It seems quite funny. It's Spike Milligan, so what are you going to expect? There is The Bloody Chamber by, what's her name? Angela Carter. She is an exceptionally good writer and she retells fairy tales in interesting ways. There's Red Riding Hood, Puss in Boots, Beauty and the Beast, and one I've never heard of, Bluebeard, so I'm going to have to read up on it. Do you have any suggestions for how to improve the readathon next year? Not really, no. There are some things I might like to happen, but it's never going to happen, such as send everybody free coffee. But it's an impossibility. We could live in hope. What do you think worked really well for this year's readathon? Well, I think Twitter is an excellent medium for communicating with that, and several other people taking part. We interacted with one another. We commented on each other's tweets. It's about what books we should start next and that sort of thing. And it makes such a good sense of community between us. I would also say cheerleaders were lovely. So how many books have you read? 4. I'm really disappointed that I didn't get onto these, because what I've read so far is fantastic, and this sounded incredibly interesting, but I'll get to that another time. Now I'll skip number 6 and 7 and 8. 6, 7 and 8 are what were the names of books you read, what did you enjoy the most, and what did you enjoy least. Well, I've said that already, so. If you were a cheerleader, do you have any advice for next year's cheerleaders? If you don't know, then it's great. Lovely people, very polite, friendly and cheerful. And that's all I would suggest they be. And then the last question, how likely are you to participate in the readathon again? And what role would you like to take next time? I think I'll probably give it a go. The next one's in October, so I'll have come back to university. It could be a bit difficult, but I'll see what I can do. I could do the cheerleading thing, but I enjoyed the reading. It's given me the reading bug again, something I haven't had for a long time. I've been in a reading slump. I've only been able to read the books for my courses, like this one. I'll leave you with a quote from Terry Pratchett, seeing that I've gone on about him a lot in this series. In fact, in all of my book videos, I think I've mentioned Sir Terry at least once. If you have enough book space, I don't want to talk to you. Happy reading! Bye!